Hey everybody, my name is Erin Bear and I am the founder of Beaten to Badass. I am also an empowerment coach, speaker, and author. I wrote the book From Beaten to Badass, My Journey of Broken Blessings and How I Became My Own Hero. I wanted to jump on and explain to you in detail what it means to sponsor a shelter. And we've got this campaign going on. It's been going on since a week before the new year of 2020. And the idea is to get a copy of From Beaten to Badass in every single shelter across the USA and then eventually into Canada and then worldwide. We started this off and people just jumped in. To sponsor a book, it's $20. From there, you get a book, and I then I do all the work for you. So we put a sticker in it, and I'm not sure if you, let me lower the light a little bit. There's a sticker, if you can see, and it says "Giving Back," and it's Beaten to Badass. From there, when you sponsor a book, you get a sticker placed in that says this book is sponsored by your name, and then if it's a business, we put the business name there as well. I inscribe it, and then I sign it. I also put a postcard in there to explain what Beaten to Badass is all about. And Beaten to Badass is a company I started while I was writing my book last year because I really wanted to help those impacted by domestic violence and sexual assault. I was like, how can I do that? So Beaten to Badass is dedicated to empowering those who have been beaten down by life to become the badass they were always meant to be, whether it be domestic violence, sexual assault, bullying, abandonment, infertility, or however life beats you down. Beaten to Badass is there to start the conversation, raise awareness, give back, and implement change. And we do this through speaking engagements, my book, as well as workshops and one-on-one coaching. And we're really looking for people to join us to make an impact in 2020. Our campaign is called Make an Impact in 2020, and we're looking for people to sponsor a book. So sponsoring this book, this then gets shipped to the shelter. So it can help those that really need to hear the message most, because this book is my story, but there are so many other people that can relate to it. The sponsoring a book is $20. We put your name in the book with I sign it, and then it gets shipped off to the shelter. I do all the work for you. All you have to do is open your hearts, your generosity, your wallet, pay for the book, and I do the rest. And from there, we give a letter to the shelter to explain our mission and what we are up to with the campaign of Make an Impact 2020. Your name is in there, and we give you a copy of your invoice, which is your receipt, and then also a copy of that letter. And it's really been pretty amazing. There's over 2,859 shelters across USA and Canada, and we are up to 1.33% of sponsored shelters. We have a long ways to go before every single shelter is sponsored and has a book, at least one copy within their shelter to help those survivors and victims of domestic violence and sexual assault and abuse. However, we are making an impact, and I'm getting notes all the time from these shelters, and they're expressing their gratitude for your generosity. I can't do this by myself. I need your help. So the main way, obviously, that I've mentioned a couple of times now is to pay $20 for a book, and then I take care of the rest. So you can sponsor one book, 2 books, 3 books, however many you want. We've had people sponsor all the way up to 5 books, and it's been pretty incredible. Now, there's other ways that you can get involved. If you don't have the means to do the full $20, you can go in with a friend, and we'll put both of your names in the book. So $10 each, that gets you a book sponsored for a shelter. If you're like, I really want to get involved, but I just can't afford that, not even $10, shipping is $5, and that helps ease the cost out of my business to help get the books to the shelters. And if you're just all gung-ho about this and you really want to help and make an impact, you can sponsor both a book and shipping. You can pay for a book and the shipping, which is $25. You can do 1, 2, 3, however many books you would like to sponsor, but we're making an impact together. It's not about me. It's about all those people that really need to hear my story because they can relate to it. You know, I am a survivor of domestic violence and sexual assault. And when I was in it, I was in it. And I was just like, oh, I don't know how I'm ever going to get out of this. Is this really my life? And I had the right people in my life that said, hey, you are enough. There's nothing you can't do. We believe in you, so borrow our belief until you believe in yourself. And that's what I want to give to all these victims and survivors out there. I want them to know that there's hope and they are strong and they are enough. There's nothing good about it. You don't have to be good enough. You're enough just the way you are. And so I am just so grateful for everybody that has stepped up so far. As I said, we have had over 38 shelters sponsored, and that's 1.33%. We have a long ways to go. I'd like to hit 1.5 by the end of this weekend, and that would be on January 26th. And then I want to keep hitting 0.5% to a percentage every single week until we get every shelter out there with a copy of my book, From Beaten to Badass. So if you would really like to get involved and you want to help make an impact, I would love to have you, because it's not about me. It's about us coming together and saying, we believe in you. We know that you're having a hard time right now, but there's hope for you. And you are a badass. Your circumstances don't define you. And letting them borrow my voice and letting them see how many people care about them. That's what it's about. Domestic violence and sexual assault, it's a horrible thing to go through. It's demoralizing. It makes you feel like you're just the lowest of the low, and you just feel like there's no way out. And I believe that the words in my book, in these pages, bring light to the situation, that it's not easy, but it's possible. And that's where we need your help. We need you to sponsor books so we can get them to the shelters, so that we can, make them realize that they're badasses and we've got them. And it comes down to that. We need your help. We need you to sponsor a book or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 20, however many you want. And we will put your name in there. They'll get a book. It'll have the sticker in it showing that it in fact is been sponsored. This helps show that we're giving back from you. And then it'll have a sticker that says this book has been sponsored by your name and your business, if you like, or just your name or just your business, however you want it to say. And then I inscribe it with stay strong, stay brave, be bold, and my signature. And then they get this card that has the information of what Beaten to Badass does, and who I am. And from that, we mail it with a letter, and then you get a copy of all the letter pieces that we send to them, because this does become a tax deduction. And that information that I send you should be enough for your tax purposes. If it's not, then you just have to contact the organization, and you have that information right in the letter. It's really that simple. It's really easy. If you don't care about the tax deduction, even better. We're just asking you to join us to help us make an impact and really change the lives of those that really need to see that there's hope for them and that they're a badass. So I ask that you join me. If you would like to join me, you can comment on this video. You can also reach me at 303-578-8837. Or you can email me at erin@beatentobadass.com. That's ERIN@beatentobadass.com, which is BEATENTOBADASS.com. I hope you join us, and I hope that we can make an impact together. Until then, keep being a badass, and I look forward to hearing from you soon.